This week on the podcast, we're joined by good friend Mark Ponte, and we've written songs about Gladiator. I don't know why they call it Gladiator. Guy didn't seem happy at all in this movie.
Very good.
Yeah.
They should have called it Madiator.
Or Sadiator.
Upsetiator. Oh, shit.
He could have skateboarded and they could have called it Radiator. But then he would have just given off heat.
Racked with Griefiator.
Griefiator.
I guess.
Yeah.
Doesn't really fit the rhyme scheme.
No.
Oh,
Because at one point he was a father. They could have called it Daddiator.
that's true.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to the Royds Review Podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
I'm Mark.
And we are back once again talking about the year 2000's Gladiator. Andy and Mark.
Go keep going.
Okay, Andy and Mark. Are you guys feeling good that you've watched this movie? And are you either of you sitting in front of a radiator?
It's a two-parter. Yes and yes.
Oh, yes. I got there.
Yes and no. I don't have a radiator. I have forced hot air.
Oh.
Nice. That's
I
fancy.
never force hot air on anyone.
Okay.
If they want hot air, that's their choice, Andy.
Right. It's America, you know.
Yeah. Some people like cold air. Some people
I
like
also have that. It's a forced hot air, cold air system.
It's like a central air type of
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah. HVAC. Yeah.
Sure.
Is the hot air just blowing smoke up people's ass? It's just lying to people?
Yeah. My house lies a lot.
If your HVAC system's putting out smoke, you should probably call someone.
Nah.
Probably
it'll
HVAC
sort itself
repairman.
out.
Have either of you guys seen Gladiator before?
Yes.
Yes.
I had never seen this.
Holy shit, Robbie. I'm excited for you.
This was my first time seeing Gladiator.
Mm.
It's about Glade plugins.
Oh man, that
I mean, it probably
is a
smells.
big ad. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Robbie, would you like to spoil it, or do you want to save your opinion for later?
Oh, I'll give my opinion. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, this is a fucking
Yeah.
it's a fire movie.
Yeah, no, I don't mind saying it. There were a couple of things I didn't need in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like all the Gladiator stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that? We needed more incest.
I wanted more
Yeah.
hands in wheat, personally.
Yeah,
Hands
yeah.
running through wheat fields.
Oh, yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
think that this is what people mean when they say touch grass?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a reference to the movie.
Yeah, they say like, hey, why don't you go join your dead loved ones in the afterlife? That's what they
Yeah.
mean when they say that?
Yeah. Why don't you
Yeah.
kill yourself?
Yeah, I think
That's
that's what they're
reading.
saying.
It's run your
Yeah.
hands through a field of wheat while Middle Eastern music for some reason is playing, even though you're supposed to be in Rome.
I mean,
That's
they
true,
do venture
yeah.
off into the Middle Eastern parts of ancient Rome.
Yeah,
That's
During
true.
this
That's
film.
true.
I guess that's true.
Robbie, do you think that you would survive that, considering your allergy to gluten?
Yes, I would, because wheat now is much different than wheat back then.
Oh, it's like processed. I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's not like kryptonite, right? Like its presence near you doesn't.
Rob's just like, I'm weak.
Yeah, my power's really drained. It's
I
tough.
can't-
I get really thin.
I can't see through walls anymore.
Man, I want a gluten allergy. That's awesome.
Yeah, but I don't have any of the superpowers.
Oh.
Oh.
I
just
can
get
never
sick.
see through walls, but I'm
Never
having
mind.
hallucinations because my
Oh,
brain
okay.
is deteriorating. So I just
Oh
start
my
thinking
goodness.
shit. Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, this movie came out in the year of our Megazord 2000.
Whoa.
And I gotta say, Mark, you are on, I believe, 3 episodes from the year 2000.
Oh goodness.
This is like the 9th time we're doing this. And previous episode, Scary Movie 3. for oh my goodness, I'm
We
about
did
to
not
shit my
do
pants.
Scary Movie 3.
Scream.
I'm
3?
sorry, Scream 3. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. You can understand why that would be confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, for an idiot.
It basically has the same mascot, except one has a tongue sticking out, you know?
Yeah. And also previous episode, number 1 is Mission Impossible 2,
Whoa.
which Mark joined us on.
No, I was on that one. On Mission Impossible 2, I was not on. Mission Impossible 1.
Oh, you were on Mission Impossible 1. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm fucking everything
That's
up
all right.
today.
Dude, are you okay?
I'll be honest. I just huffed a bunch of lead paint.
No.
And then I was like, oh shit, the podcast.
And you're old-fashioned. That's what that is.
That's all.
Before all these pansies stop drinking or huffing drinking lead paint, where am I? I don't know where I am either.
Robbie got some paint chips
Oh
too.
no. Mark, we need you to carry this. I don't know what movie we're talking
I
about.
don't know. I think I need to look around for some paint chips or some shit to join in on the fun here. We're talking about Scary Movie 5.
Well, Gladiator was number 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was number 192?
I gotta scroll. Here I go. I'm scrolling away over here.
Scrolling.
What? Siegfried and Roy, Masters of something. Masters of ...
Is that like a biopic or was that like an actual special of theirs?
It was in IMAX theaters.
Master of Tigers.
It was a documentary.
It's called
Okay.
Master of Tigers, parentheses, except that one time.
Up until a point,
Except that one that really got us.
Yeah.
Speaking of tigers,
That's a good track record, though, like 99 to 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you're dealing with tigers. Yeah.
there are tigers in the movie Gladiator.
What?
Yeah.
Do you want to just jump into the movie Gladiator?
I think we should, since we've covered this movie a billion, trillion, zillion. I mean, this year. Oh my God. Guys, put me down. Take me out back. Have me look at the flowers.
Tell me about the rabbits.
Yeah.
Andy, look out at the wheat stalks.
Okay. I'm just, the whole time I'm squeezing a mouse's head.
Oh, no. We open up with a scrawl about the Roman Empire. We see Maximus walking through Germania. He's followed by his soldiers. We're getting ready for a big old battle. The enemy then sends a headless dude, much like RDR2, back on a horse.
Yeah. There's an exchange between Maximus and his right-hand guy, where
Hey,
the guy's
I'm
like,
Maximus's right hand!
Yeah, that seemed like a big tonal shift.
yeah, it never comes back either. It's weird.
I'm here to tell him what to do in battle. No, I'm Maximus's left hand. I'm here to tell him what to do in battle. He's had one too many hits to the head during this battle.
Yeah, it was like Ridley Scott's witches scene, you know?
Yeah. But the guy goes, people should know when they're conquered. And Maximus goes like, will we? Will I? And I was like, damn. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
In a way, he knows he's already conquered because he has to be doing this. He's not free to leave.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, but I think he's also saying, like, at which point would we give up? You know, like...
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Maximus smells dirt. He's like, oh, that's good dirt. I really like the speech he gives to all his men, and they're all clearly willing to die because he talks about, like, if you find yourself in a field with the sun on your face, you won't be troubled because you're already dead, brothers.
Yeah, and they all laugh. Like, they're all just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, I'm hyped at my signal, Unleash Hell.
Yeah.
Brother, I'll run through a wall for Maximus now. Like, all right, let's do it, Maximus. I'm gonna die for Rome.
Yeah. Just run into a wall, a brick wall. You're dead.
At first, just leaving a splatter of brains on a fucking wall.
I might check with him on that. Just, are you sure, Maximus?
Yeah.
This is 100% what you want.
Which hand told him to do this, man?
Yeah.
Right hand or the left?
This is left-hand talk for sure.
Like, Maximus, I'll do it. But just like, can you explain this? I'll do it. Just please clarify.
Yeah.
This battle is epic and it looks awesome. Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. That's ROYDSREVUE@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music by searching The Royds. That's ROYDS. We have 2 albums and a Christmas song. Hope you like it. Yeah, there's one issue I have with the visuals in this. And it's not like the typical 2000s shaky cam. I'm okay with that. That's fine. They don't do it too much. It's the slow-mo, but they didn't like
the frame rate drops.
Do slow-mo right? Yeah, the frame rate. You know, like with slow-mo, you're supposed to film it with like a high frame rate camera, right? And they clearly didn't. And he was just like, slow it down. It's whatever. And then it's just like real choppy. It looks like dog shit.
It's also really weird the moments they use slow-mo at times. Because I get it in the battles here, but we get a scene later on of Joaquin Phoenix like taking off his cape, and it just goes to slow-mo for that split second. It's like, all right, I get it. He took off his fucking cape.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about Joaquin Phoenix?
Yes. Yeah. I guess.
I do think it's a stylistic choice. It's a little bit of a dated technique, I think. Like, obviously these days that it just feels a little dated and old school kind of, but like Ridley Scott's an old school director, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you know, what's funny is I recently watched, not to get too far off track, but Fellowship of the Ring, and they did a little bit of that there too, and I was actually surprised when I was watching it. I was like, oh, you know, I don't remember this being in any of the other movies, at least. But so it was definitely something at the time. I don't know if the fantasy genre perhaps sort of was using that a lot, but yeah,
interesting.
I agree. I'm not a huge fan of doing that, and it did feel like at one point it was just Jaquin's just being like just like looking to the left, and it was slowed down. It was like, what the hell was that? Like, I get it. Like, he's realizing something, but like, you know,
right.
Well, he was looking at the Flash running by him.
Right. Real quick, I just want to quote my wife, because I watched this with my wife, and she said, "More like Gladiator, because I gotta piss."
Very good.
Yeah.
Some of these kills in this first battle are awesome. Like the spear going through 2 guys at once.
Mm-hmm.
I love the guy getting pinned to a tree.
Yes, that was cool. His head got lopped off.
The guy's hand, he's like about to kill a Roman, and then Maximus runs by and chops off his hand.
Yeah, that's good.
I love that.
The guy on fire who comes running at Maximus.
Yeah.
And then we also see a doggy woggy kill a guy.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
It did make me nervous earlier in that scene when the dog was like running alongside the horse.
Yes.
Same.
It was like right there, like on a hill, like the side of a hill. Like, I was like, oh my god, this dog. It's gonna get trampled.
Yeah. I also was nervous.
I also liked this call and response during the battle, because Maximus keeps yelling, "Hold the line," and his whole army goes, "Love isn't always on time."
Yeah. Previous episode, The Wizard of Oz. Check it out.
Yeah, we did that a lot.
It's Toto?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what? Oh, Toto, of course. Yeah.
We talked a lot about the band Toto on that episode, which was last week.
That makes sense.
It was last week. Yeah, check it out.
Maximus's men win. We're now in a carriage with Commodus and Connie Nielsen, who's playing Lucilla. She's not just Connie Nielsen in the movie.
Just as herself.
Yeah.
Time traveler Connie Nielsen.
Commodus is looking forward to becoming emperor. This is when the carriage stops and they slow-mo him taking off his cape, and I'm going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But it was at this point that I didn't realize they were brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, they must be fucking. And then I find out, it's like, oh, there's incest in this movie. I don't like that.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah, I know. I've seen your home movies.
But there wasn't. I don't think they're fucking. I think that he wants to fuck her, and she's like,
he wants.
I'm good.
Yeah, he wants a pure bloodline.
Yeah, I know that, much like you, Andy. But there's a lot of like sexual tension between the two of them here. Like, he's clearly trying to flirt, and she's like going along with it. She's like, he's my brother, and it's ancient Rome. This is what we do.
Well, I think what I'm getting from it is she is just like appeasing him because she has nothing to fear from him. She's like, this guy's a pissant.
Yeah.
And then once he gets into power, he's got a piss ant. It's an ant that pisses.
He has an ant kink?
It's
Hey, all right, spray me with the ant, baby.
No, it's like his aunt, because it's incest.
Oh, very good.
Yeah,
He's getting pissed on by his aunt. Oh,
yeah,
no.
it's a terrible web we have woven here. But,
I missed all the subtext.
Yeah. But like, so she's just like harmlessly like, yeah, whatever. And then once he's into power, she's like, fuck.
Yeah. Sure.
Marcus Aurelius tells Maximus that he's the fucking man and everyone loves him. I got a big laugh out of Commodus showing up. Did I miss the battle?
Yeah.
Someone goes, you missed the whole war.
Yeah, they fucking got him. And like, it is very clear, even in this short scene, that he's jealous of Maximus because he has his father's respect.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you always want Dumbledore's respect.
Yeah, that's true.
That is Dumbledore, isn't it? That's what
it's Richard
I thought.
Harris. Yeah.
Is he the first Dumbledore?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the better one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
The other guy's just like, no.
Yeah. And we all know Richard Harris's best work, MacArthur Park.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And his son's a great actor also.
It's a Jimmy Webb song. Jimmy Webb wrote it.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
What are you saying, Andy?
Is his son Ed Harris?
No.
Oh, no.
That was
His
a genuine
son-
question.
Oh, no. His son, you ever see the Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah.
His son plays Moriarty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I do think it's kind of funny in this scene because he says that their father called for them, and he shows up, and then he's like, "Anyway, I have to go now."
Yeah.
Well, so much for the glory of Rome. Goodbye.
That is one thing that kind of like throughout the whole movie, I was like, okay, like Maximus is the greatest guy at everything in every way, and everyone loves him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A bit too much. I don't know. It just like stops seeming human at some point, you know?
Well, like in The Godfather, in the book version, they go on and on about how big his hog is.
Right. That's what it just seems like he's the coolest guy on earth. And like, I don't know. After a while, I was like, all right. I don't know.
Yeah, even like when like later on when he like meets the other like gladiator slaves, they're like, "Oh, you're just like some little twerp," and then immediately they're like, "Actually, you're my leader." Never mind. I've immediately totally turned around on this and opposite now. Yeah, now you're in charge.
I am a pussy. Later that night, everyone is celebrating. Maximus is planning to go back to his family and farm. Commodus comes over, and you're right. It's clear nobody likes him because he's just being a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Commodus tells Maximus that they must save Rome from the politicians. And Maximus is like, brother, I'm going home. I'm not doing this.
He says he's been away for like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And this kid's not that old, so that's like, most of that kid's life.
Right. And also, like, there's no phones or anything. Like, your family's probably like, I guess he's dead. I don't know.
We'll find out.
Yeah. He'll come home or they'll tell us he's dead. One of those two things.
Yeah, like 8 months after the fact, though, because, like, they got to ride a horse all the way to wherever the fuck they live,
Yeah.
Crows and stuff. But yeah.
We get this scene between Marcus Aurelius and Lucilla where he basically tells his daughter, if you were a man, Dude, you'd be sick. You'd be fucking awesome if you were
Yeah.
a man, brother. But you're just a lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Cool,
Yeah.
Dad, thanks.
Well, he's not a good
Yeah.
father, and
No,
But
he's not.
You can't tell him that because at one point he says, I am a good father.
no, he says let's live in the fantasy that you're a loving daughter and I'm a good father.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's aware of the fact that he's a shitty father.
He also it seems that he wasn't a great ruler either until like he's having an epiphany towards the end of his life where he's like, oh, I suck.
Yeah.
Like, how can I fix Rome? Because it's like,
Mhm.
it's more, I have the power. I want to give it back to the people. But like, a little too late, brother.
Mhm.
And then you're going to put it all on this fucking guy who hasn't seen his family in 2 years and has killed hundreds of thousands of men. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing, man?
I'm gonna be honest. If I'm Maximus, I'm taking that role, brother. Move my family into the kingdom.
Just wants to chill, you know?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get he just
I don't
wants
blame
to
him.
chill, but his plan is to chill. It's basically just like, just set shit up and you're done. Get it back to the Senate. He'd only have to do this for a year
He
or
can
so.
just like work from home.
Yeah, he'd be a Roman hero. It's dumb. I think it's really dumb that he says no because he'd be set for life after a couple years.
I think that's what kind of makes the story tragic is that he says no because like the whole point of this is Commodus does all this because he feels threatened by him, even though
Yeah.
he didn't want the role to begin with, so he was
Right.
really not a threat in that regard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's clearly going to take the role, I think.
Yeah, I suppose, but well,
Yeah.
he would have done what Marcus Aurelius said, which was like give it back to the Senate and all that.
Yeah.
But what's kind of funny to me is like almost like he's in this scene, Maximus is like, I try to, I don't know, tell him he's like, no, it's good that we like conquered all these lands. It's like, why did we do that? And he's just like, no, it's because things were bad out there, so we went and killed them. You know, like,
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do
Rome's
good, don't worry.
Yeah, we're an empire, dude. This is what we do.
Yeah. But he does get rightfully upset. He's just like, you asked us to kill all these people, and now you're like, what was that about?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, this guy's a fucking shithead. Like, can you imagine? Oh, I'm going to take you away from your family for 2.5 years, and you're going to almost die every day.
Mhm.
You're going to be so close to death every day. And then when you get back, it's like, hey, great job. But, like, what do you think that was about, huh? I'd be like,
What's your
"Yo,
take on
fuck
that?"
You. I'm going to push you to the ground, old man.
Man, shit got wild back there, huh?
I didn't think you'd actually do it.
I killed someone with a trident.
I do like that he knows his son is not fit to rule because he's just a spoiled brat.
Yeah, dude, the scene where he tells Commodus.
Yeah.
Is that what's next?
It's almost there.
Yeah.
Okay, you bring us there, Robbie.
All right. Lucilla and Maximus talk, and this is where I'm getting the vibes that they used to fuck. Apparently, her husband died recently. We see Maximus start making out with this figurine, but I can't really judge because I have a Marvel Black Cat figurine that I do a similar thing with.
Okay, we're sharing. We're sharing today, huh?
Yeah, yeah. And this is where Marcus Aurelius comes up to Commodus and he goes, "You ready to do your duty?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Good, because you ain't gonna be emperor, brother."
Yeah. What a fucking dick move, though.
I know.
Like, I get Commodus is a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
But, like, to be like, are you ready to do your duty? He's like, boy, am I. He's like, sucks, idiot.
Yeah. The bench is right over there.
Okay, everyone who's gonna be emperor next, step forward. Take a step back, Commodus.
This is a list of all the people that are going to be the emperor. Maximus. Commodus, you can leave.
Like, Joaquin
Yep.
he's really good in this.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he's so, like, hateful, loathsome. He's like the worst guy that's
Creepy.
ever been, and he's
Yeah.
creepy, but he's also kind of sympathetic.
Yeah.
Like, he plays it so well that it's like clearly a complex character. Like, when he's like, yo, you ready to do your duty, brother? And he's like, boy, am I. And when he tells him, like, the tears in his eyes, and then he just fucking says, he's like, I just want to be loved.
Yeah.
Like, he just says it. He's like, I just wanted you to love me.
Yeah.
And his dad's like, sucks, dude. You suck. I wasn't great as a dad, but like,
it's mainly
you know
my
what he
fault,
says?
But yeah.
He says, your faults as a son are because I wasn't a great father. And then he opens his arms for a hug. Like, what?
Yeah.
He's saying, you suck because I didn't do great.
Yeah.
Not, oh, you don't suck. No, he's like, no, you do suck. And that's my bet.
You
So give
suck
me a hug.
because I suck. It's a family thing, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been like Meg Griffin his whole life, basically. Like everybody's been just shitting on him and stepping all over him, and like just
Right.
like even like I don't know. You could even, like you said, like maybe his sister was even toying around, like sort of flirting back for fun because she knew that there'd be no consequence. But
Right.
No.
Right. And like
You want this pussy? Do you want this pussy? You'll never have it.
Yeah.
he's playing it so well. I think he's the strongest part of this movie. And everybody's doing great. But like he's just like on a whole nother level. And like
Yes.
just again, having me feel even the slightest bit of sympathy for this slice of shit is like insane. That's like incredibly good acting, you know?
Yeah, it is. It is. And I mean, I think that's like kind of old school movie rules where like when you're casting, like you want your villain to be the person that steals the show, kind of. Your hero's boring. You're always gonna cheer for the hero. The villain is someone that you need to really get people to sort of get down and dirty with.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
also
it's good.
think they make him he's a great villain because he's also a very smart villain.
Yes.
And that makes he doesn't do dumb things, because later on they say, why don't you just kill Maximus? He goes, that would just turn him into more of a martyr.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Yeah.
like I can't just kill him. Like, I need the people to love me, and right now they're turning on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in this scene, he even lists his virtues. That apparently his father only want 4 specific virtues, and he's like, "Well, I'm, clever, and I can, I'm good in a pinch." And
It's
know.
it's so funny. He's like, I have courage, not on the battlefield.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
then where do you have courage?
Well,
And he's like, there's other forms of courage, father.
yeah, I have the
Yeah.
courage to try to fuck my sister every day.
Yeah. But like, I wrote my entire song based on just this scene. Because I watched it like 6 times. I was like, damn, this scene is fucking good.
It's the only scene you watched.
Yeah, I don't know what happens after this. Does he win? What happened?
This is the clip when you're on Paramount Plus and you hover over Gladiator. It's the scene.
This death is really cool. The way Commodus just smothers his father and his big heavies.
Mm-hmm.
And like he just sits there. I've never seen that kind of death in a movie. Like I've seen a smothering with a pillow, but I've never seen him just crush a man's face into your chest like that.
Well, he wants his father's embrace so bad. He holds him so tightly that it kills him.
Right.
Yeah.
We do see before that he's like training with other soldiers, and he's like he's in pretty good shape, and he's like he can wield a sword.
Yeah.
But he ain't no Maximus, you know.
Right. But what I like about that scene is that when they show him do that, like we also see for a moment beforehand, they're like practicing the moves exactly as they were going to be.
Right.
So like it's showing us that yes, he's a good battler, but like only when the situation is in his favor, really.
Right.
Yes.
And that's kind of like
It's foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
To the end.
Yeah. Right. And that's good filmmaking.
Yeah.
Also, I like how everybody knows once he's like, my father's dead. Everybody's like, oh shit, he killed him.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
There was no investigation. Everyone's just like, well, clearly Commodus did it. Ron Howard's like, and he did. Like,
Because even Max was like, I ain't shaking your hand, brother.
yeah.
And his own sister smacks him across the face. She's like, now I gotta fuck him.
Yeah, she smacks him and then she like kisses his hand because she's like, shit.
Yeah. What else are you gonna do?
Shit. Yeah.
Commodus commands that Maximus and his family be executed. Right before he's executed, Maximus does this insane move and steals the guy's sword. He grabs the blade with his bare hands and then proceeds to kill everyone.
So apparently with swords like that, like if you grab the middle, it's not sharp.
Yeah.
Really?
You just got to be strong as hell. Yeah.
Oh,
it's like clasping it like a you know, like prayer hands. You clasp it as hard as you can, and you won't get cut. I mean, you might, but like probably not.
I'd imagine I'd get cut because I'd drop it and it would stab me in the foot.
Well, yeah. Also, his hands are tied together, so you have to be the strongest man alive to be able to do that. But
yeah. Also, to do that with your hands tied together, I'd imagine it doesn't just stab him in the arm. Like, fuck!
Yeah. But he's
At least like that, he's just running around with the sword in his arm.
He's the Roman James Bond. He could do anything.
Yeah. The Australian Roman James Bond.
Good eye.
Maximus takes 2 horses and starts back to see his family. His home is apparently the most beautiful place on Earth.
Yep.
His wife and son are playing when some army dudes roll up. This is one of the greatest child deaths I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah.
This kid is all excited to see his dad, and his mom's like, don't do it. And this kid gets trampled by the horse. This horse just fucking checks this kid into the next fucking county.
I know. Shit, that was rough. And then he got trampled by so many, and then he's like, your child.
So funny.
Later, when he says your child was alive when I burned it, I was like, how? How could he have?
Way.
Yeah, that first hit would have been like 80% of his HP.
That kid went flying.
He should be in like shambles.
That was a critical hit for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And by the awake, I mean his eyes were still open, but
technically the eyelids were gone. But that's
the eyelids exploded off of his face. So.
He had an internal decapitation.
Yeah.
Pretty rough stuff, though. Pretty rough stuff.
No, it wasn't. That was hilarious.
The initial hit. Well, I mean, like, you know, the music's very sad.
Yes, the music is sad, but that hit is so funny.
Yeah, that's kind of a funny hit.
Like, you very rarely see a child actually die on screen in a movie.
True.
And so, like, to do it this way, where the kid's so excited and he's running to what he thinks is his father, to just get nailed by a horse.
You think at some point, like, an actual kid would be like, they're getting real close and, like, you know, move.
Yeah. He's old enough to move.
I'm sure they'll stop right here. right in my face.
This is a movie. They have to stop. I'm a kid.
Yeah. Ridley Scott said, nah, brother. I do things different around here.
Maximus is riding toward the town. Everything is burnt to a crisp. And then apparently he hit the X button too much because his horse just collapses.
Nice. Question. How the fuck do you know where to go?
They just know back then.
You just ride a horse until you get there.
It kind of looked like he was in the forest where they had the battle. He might have just known where he was.
Okay.
That's very possible.
Sure.
Maximus sees everything destroyed, including his charred wife's body hanging.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's not funny.
Well, that's gonna leave a mark.
Yeah, it did. She was charred.
All over her body, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Maximus is picked up by some dudes. This is really funny because some guys goes, don't die.
Yeah.
Like, he's like fading, don't die.
It's a really good thing he said that. Maybe, who knows what happened if he hadn't.
That's, what's his name?
Jimin...
However
you pronounce his name.
Dahansu or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's good in everything.
I didn't recognize him at first.
Me neither.
I've only seen him like older in like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he usually has like a goatee or something.
Yeah, and seeing him so young, I was like, oh shit.
And bionic eyes and a metal head.
Yeah.
Maximus has like maggots in his cut or some shit. It looks gross.
He says he's using them to clean the wound.
Yeah.
They're eating away all the bad bacteria, I guess.
Wait, it was like chewing it.
Yeah.
It was like gum, like he was chewing it and then he put it in his wound.
It's a different. No, that was when he was putting the sand in his wound.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I guess to patch it up.
Yeah, afterwards,
Okay.
after all the rotten flesh had already been eaten away.
Sick
Yucky.
Band-Aid. We're now in Zakabar, a Roman
Yeah.
province. I could be butchering that. Oliver Reed, the late great Oliver Reed in this movie as Proximo. And he's angry at some guy because he sold him gay giraffes.
Yeah.
What a intro. Why
That's
what a wild way to introduce a character.
Yeah.
I think he's awesome in this movie.
He is good. Yeah.
This is his last movie. He died before the filming ended.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Wow. He is hammy, but like not in a bad way.
Right.
Yeah.
He's perfect for this role.
Yeah.
He's taken to buy some slaves for fighting, and he does tell his slaves that he's buying them to die. And it was at this point that I was thinking, what can I record as a parody? And I never got around to it, but it was buying a gladiator, gliding through a cage in town. There we go.
Very good. Very good.
In their auditions for the role of a gladiator, Maximus refuses to fight, so this guy just beats the shit out of him until Proximo's like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah.
And then he cuts off a tattoo using a rock?
Mm-hmm.
Ouch. That's gonna leave a mark.
That
Yeah.
is, because he's just gushing blood.
Yeah, that was rough. It was an interesting scene. He was asking about whether or not it was going to anger his gods, and he's like, "Yeah," like, and he's just laughing at it. He's like, how bold! Like, if you like wholeheartedly believe in the gods, and just I'll just do something that'll piss the gods off. But I think was that supposed to? I took it to be he was trying to like conceal his identity.
Yeah, I was thinking conceal his identity, also maybe symbolic that he has lost his faith since, you know, everything
Yeah, like,
happened to his family and all that. He's like, well,
the Rome I know is dead.
yeah, all that.
He's
like, just giving up.
disavowing his previous life and his previous, for lack of a better word, master.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, he's disavowing the Roman Empire, the army he fought for.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not necessarily God, I think. You know, I think he's asked, is that a symbol of your God? Because in a way, they were the God. The Emperor is
Right.
God in this scenario. But I don't think he's actually doing it in terms of a deity God.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I think that the symbols were like, well, it was a symbol of the Roman Legion, but my
Right.
understanding was that the symbols themselves were also like sort of symbols that are associated with gods in particular. This is before Christian, right? So
Yeah.
they're still pagan at this point.
Right. I mean, again, there's definitely that God aspect to their culture.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think it was more of like, you know, towards the Emperor instead of a God.
I see. Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't
I-
take it. That's a good interpretation.
I think this is before God, and it's more Garsh.
Oh,
Garsh. Yeah.
Garsh. Yeah.
fucking
Garsh.
goofy. Gorsh.
In the old dialect, that was the correct way to say it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yuck.
Are you not
Yep.
entertained? Yuck.
Yeah. That's like when they tell you like people from Louisiana sound more like real British people or whatever. It's like I don't care. Yeah, that God's goofy.
At the end of their prayers, instead of saying Amen, they say yuck.
Yeah, exactly. Proximo hypes up his fighters. The crowd is chanting kill. One guy pisses himself as the gladiators are about to be sent out.
Yeah, that's pee-pee paints. That's
yeah,
his name.
that's what they call
Oh,
him.
wow.
Because that's his thing. He's like, that's
Yeah.
kind of my thing.
The guys are like classic BP.
Yeah.
Pissius Pansius.
Yeah.
I did like how they tied him to the big guy, because they're like, nobody will slow him down. So
Yeah.
And then like when he dies, the big guy just like lops off his hand and then
Yeah.
just starts swinging it around and like slapping other people with the guy's
That's really
disembodied hand. I was like, this is fucking sick.
That's
funny.
great.
Yeah. And I also felt like, because before that, like you almost didn't know if Maximus was gonna fight, because like he was
Yeah.
refusing to fight earlier. So I feel like him seeing the, PP pants or whatever, I think that's like him being like, maybe these guys need me, like, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe these men are like my men, they need me now, because like I'm not gonna just stand here and let someone murder me while a guy's tied to my arm.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it goes back to the virtues. He's a virtuous guy,
Yeah,
and he's like, I'm not going to let these people die just because I gave up.
exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
One guy, as they leave the gate, immediately gets fucked up by a mace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like-
Like the door's open, and that guy was ready.
The
Right in
mace
the
was
head.
going and the door was open. It was like Lisa Simpson, like, I'm gonna do this, and if you get kicked, it's your own fault. Like, like that guy was just so excited to get out there.
Maximus and his tag team partner fuck everyone up. It's great to see the Dudley boys in action. Next, we're at Commodus' coronation. The people of Rome are not happy, and he knows the people don't like him because he basically asks, all right, how much did you pay them to be here?
Yeah.
Commodus already doesn't want to listen to the Senate. He's like, this is boring.
Yeah.
I'm a man of the people. And all of this is so relevant to today. The way one guy's talking about, like, they will cheer him and he will fuck them over constantly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just love that. It's like, I don't know. It's like almost like he watched too many movies and he was just like, I know how this works. I'll just
Yeah. It was weird that Jamie Kennedy was in this role. You know?
Yeah.
Maximus easily kills a bunch of opposing gladiators, including double slicing a dude's head off.
Yeah,
Damn.
classic. Basic training, that move.
Yeah. We get the iconic "Are you not entertained?"
Yeah.
Well, he like lobs the sword at the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like breaks a table. I was like, shit. I like how the crowd's like, oh shit. Is he gonna kill us? Like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Everyone run!
Yeah.
Proximo offers Maximus some children. Don't like that one. He's like, what do you want? You want a girl? You want a boy? I was like, stop. Let's not do this. I know you're trying to be historically accurate. This movie doesn't need this.
What do you want? It's
Yeah.
ancient
Oh,
Rome.
I figured I didn't think they were underage, but now that you say it, yeah.
He specifically says girls and boys.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's ancient Rome. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. They keep referring to it as ancient Rome, which is weird.
Welcome to ancient Rome!
We assume there'll be some time in the future when people look back at this time and
Yeah.
it's ancient. So we figured get the jump on it.
He also has a hyena as a pet. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
He's all hyped to go to the Colosseum to fight. He reveals that Proximo himself was a gladiator, but got freed by the Emperor when he got handed this wooden sword. And he goes, oh yeah, you know Marcus Aurelius. He goes, I didn't say I knew him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're treating him like a celebrity when someone's like, oh, I met that guy. He's like, oh yeah, you're friends with him. I didn't say I was friends with him.
Yeah.
I said he touched me.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
got his
gave me a sword.
autograph.
Yeah. He tells him to win the crowd,
Yeah.
and that's good stuff.
It's
And-
very professional wrestling, it seems like.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Maximus is not really open to that just yet,
No.
but
No.
he gets it eventually. But
He gets it very quickly.
yeah. At the end of the scene though, like he tells him to win the crowd. Maximus leaves, and then Proximo just like sprawls out in front of a window, and then the scene ends. And I was like, "The hell was that?" He's like, Rome. Like, yeah, man. Yeah. What the hell was that?
I liked it. I don't know. I liked Proximo.
I like him too. It's just that was why are you doing that?
Yeah. The gladiators pull into Rome. The kids are all hyped as they see the carriage going by. They're like, yes, the gladiators.
Yeah. They're like throwing shit at them.
Yeah. This made me laugh as we're seeing all the gladiators, and one of them just has a modern, like, late 90s tribal tattoo, and it was clearly an extra.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, and he's like, that sucks.
That's pretty 2000.
The CGI birds, as they look up at the Colosseum, are not necessary.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I was thinking in that scene, the Colosseum looks like, for whatever 2000, looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
Great.
birds fly by. I'm like, oh, why'd you ruin it? Like, I totally just, I believed you that was the Colosseum, and then now I don't. You know.
Yeah, no, I
Yes.
don't. Yeah.
Those birds looked fucking terrible. You didn't need that. The Colosseum is majestic alone.
Yeah.
To add birds to it, it's like, what? What?
Yeah.
Commodus creepily watches his nephew Lucius sleep. It's like, dude, you can't do this, Uncle Ernie. Like,
But he's even jealous of this kid,
Yeah.
you know? Like, because the kid is loved.
Yeah, by
And
his
he's like,
mom.
nobody fucking loves me. I'm gonna
Yeah.
kill him.
Well, he's also heir to the throne at this point too.
Right,
So
right.
there's
So
that
he's
layer.
threatened by him. Yeah.
This is when we see Commodus ask his sister, yo, come stay with me. She's like, nah. He's like, how about a little kiss then? She's like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As the gladiators are paraded through Rome, the ladies are all over Maximus. This dude is a celebrity.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Too
bit
much.
It's a bit much.
Proximo talks to a senator. This guy has the most outrageous eyebrows in the world.
This dude's fit is 10 out of 10.
Yes, yeah. But do you see his eyebrows? They got little horns at the end.
The eyebrows, and then he throws on a little Orphan Annie, like hair helmet. It's incredible.
The Emperor wants the best fighters, so Proximo demands more money, and he's like, why don't you get the criminals and the drunks or whatever? And he's like, we did! Lucius is all hyped to meet Maximus, who they're calling the Spaniard. The battle begins, and Commodus is fucking coming watching dudes dying.
Yeah. Yeah, he's into it.
Maximus's boys are getting picked off one by one. The fight turns to chaos. We see a lady gladiator get split in half. That's fucking sick.
Yeah. Yeah, this whole fight was pretty sick.
It really was. One dude kills another guy with his helmet, just bashes his face in.
Yeah, and Maximus saves the big dude.
Yeah.
And I think this is like the big turning point where they're like, oh, we should follow this guy. Because, like, not only is he good at this, but he also, like, gives a shit about us.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
he's winning them over, and that's cool. But yeah, also the fighting is sick.
All the people, all the gladiators like that got killed in this scene, like all the ones that stayed with Maximus were fine. But like literally every other one was just standing around gawking, like just like bare chested, like looking around at like
Yeah.
nothing. Like this is like, what do you look? There's like 10 bad guys circling around you. Look at one of those guys. Why are you just like
Yeah.
they're not invisible? Like what are you doing?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Maximus is like, all right, I have a plan. This is what we're going to do. Oh, meanwhile, one guy's, Leroy Jenkins!
Yeah. Time's up. Let's do this.
Commodus is really loving this fight. He wants to meet the Spaniards. He wants to meet the Spaniard after Maximus killed all these dudes. Maximus removes his mask, and Commodus is absolutely shook.
Love it. Love it.
The crowd chants live, so Commodus is like, all right, I guess I won't kill him.
Yeah, that's great stuff. And I just the declaration of vengeance is
Yes.
so good. He's just like, I will fucking kill you.
Husband of a murdered wife, father of a murdered
Yeah.
child. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great stuff. And it's like Princess Bride level, like
My name is Inigo
declaration.
Montoya.
yeah. But it's just like, it's that good shit, you know? And
Yeah.
like the fear that Commodus shows, again, Joaquin Phoenix is doing
Yep.
a great job.
Mhm.
And yeah, you were right. He's smart because he could right there. He could be like, kill him.
Yeah.
But Maximus won the people, like Proximo said. Yeah. So yeah, pretty cool. Great stuff.
Commodus is all unhappy Maximus is still alive, and he goes, I am terribly vexed. Lucilla then tells him, you gotta punish these guys for lying to you. They told you he was dead. Because, like, she's still playing this, like, I gotta play both sides of it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then she goes and visits Maximus, and she's like, yo, I want you to meet this senator. And he's like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
What's confusing to me is like the I don't know. I guess it's just because the Legion would be just sort of loyal to Caesar, but it's just like, did the Senate really need like Maximus to do a whole coup thing. You know, like they needed one more guy to do it. I mean, I guess he commanded the loyalty of the other legions, and they could do that whole thing. I don't know. It just seemed like, why did you go along? Like, it's been like 5 minutes that you immediately regret going along with it. Why didn't, like, when it started, why weren't you just like, no, like, we're not going to let you be the Caesar?
It also seems like she could have killed him at any point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he trusted her. He could have fallen asleep, and then she's like, awesome, he's dead now.
Yeah,
he does fall asleep on top of her later.
Yeah. There's no coronary sciences at this time, basically.
Yeah,
like, just as long as you didn't see a stab wound, it was like, who knows, natural causes.
Yeah, but also, like, everybody hates this guy, so, like, even if you did stab him, it'd be like, it's cool.
Yeah, no one's gonna investigate.
Yeah.
Even the general that was going along with his every move, and even went along with trying to kill Maximus at the end when he's like, no one give him a sword. He's like, I changed my mind, I don't like him now.
Yeah.
No one give him a sword. Also, I want to sell some car insurance. We see some dudes playing with a snake. All the other gladiators are showing some respect to Maximus. One guy even tests his food out for him to make sure it isn't poison, so I think that's really cool that they're all like, no, he's our leader now, brother.
Yeah.
He also does the little fake thing where he's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, a little levity, that's nice.
Yeah. Pulls a classic Ellen Grant.
We're at the Colosseum for another battle. It's a big fight. They've brought in an undefeated champion who is retired. What is his name? His name was Tigris from Gaul or something like that. Tigris of Gaul.
Yeah, Tiger Boy.
Yeah, Tiger Boy. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Commodus is like, Maximus is gonna die today. Like, he's dying in battle. The battle begins. A fucking tiger gets released. He fights that one off and then kills another tiger when it jumps on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the tiger, like, lands on top of him. And he's still, like, he's under a tiger and he's still fighting that guy off and winning.
Yeah.
Like, imagine losing to a guy under a tiger. Thing's like 700 pounds.
What I like is, if you look at the tiger, there's like one shot where the tiger is actually on top of a dude, but you can tell that the tiger is like completely chill and like just happy to be doing a good job.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be like, "Rah!" And it's just like chilling there, like,
oh, what a good kitty cat.
He's a nice boy.
He's playing with some catnip.
Yeah, meanwhile, like, tiger death sounds are happening, you know?
Yeah.
Maximus runs over and starts rubbing his belly, and they edit in blood splattering everywhere. Oh, it's horrible! Oh, it's horrible! The crowd really wants Maximus to kill Tigris. Commodus even calls for him to die with the thumb, and Maximus refuses to do it. And I really like, we just hear one guy from the crowd, Maximus the Merciful!
Yeah. And then everybody's like, yeah, what he said, yeah.
Yeah.
Soldiers surround Maximus again. Commodus comes down. Commodus then mocks his family. Like, it's like so specifically evil. He's like, my men took advantage of your wife, and your kid cried like a bitch.
Yeah.
And
like,
he
right.
wants Maximus to, like, lunge at him so then the guards can kill him, and then that's the end of your prop.
Yeah.
But Maximus is just like, see you later.
Yeah.
He's like,
he refuses to do anything that Commodus wants. Commodus wants him to kill the guy, he doesn't kill the guy. Commodus wants to get him angry, he doesn't get angry.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Love it.
Commodus walks back through town. The ladies still want to throw themselves at him. He gives something to a guy. We then see Senator Falco telling Commodus to kill Maximus, and he's like, nah, that'll make him a martyr. Again, a smart villain is a good villain.
Yes.
Maximus meets with his buddy. His army is in Ostia or something like that. Osteoporosis. As Cicero walks through the town, we see a play of Maximus defeating Commodus with a fart, and the crowd goes absolutely wild.
Well, Maximus is finna do a January 6th.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
That's Robbie's favorite day.
It is.
He was there.
Shit,
But he was just selling glizzies.
It was. I was a hot dog vendor.
Yeah.
That's good times.
It was
just like, hey guys, what's going on? What's going on here? Just trying to sell some glue.
I was also there January 5th selling hot dogs, but no one ever asked me about that.
Now I'm on a list. Now I'm all of a sudden on a list.
I've been a hot dog vendor at the Capitol building for 35 years. Now all of a sudden it's a big deal.
Yeah, I say hang Mike Pence. Now I'm on a list.
Maximus meets with General Gracchus, Star Wars ass name. He wants to go and get his army and then come and take over Rome. He'll then give it to the people. Maximus tells Proximo the plan, and then we see Senator Gracchus get taken by Praetorians. Commodus and Lucilla talk. Commodus is like, hey, you know what? I want to be known as the Sadiator. I shouldn't have made that joke before because I have it written down here because he's all sad. They cuddle, she leaves, and thank God that ended there. Because she was like, what's poking me? I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
Poking me with it is not gonna work, Commodus.
Yeah.
Lucia tells Maximus that he's leaving tonight. It's confirmed that they did, in fact, have a thing. Maximus and Lucilla do Fs. I don't need any of this love scene. This comes to nothing.
Do they do Fs?
They start making out.
Yeah, that's it. Well,
And
like,
they cut, so I'm just assuming they're doing Fs.
isn't your, like, didn't you just find out your wife died, like, 45 minutes ago? Like, didn't your husband just die? Like, what do you guys, come on, guys.
Yeah,
Their
but
bodies are still warm.
they used to date. You know, it's ancient Rome. Gotta move quickly, Andy. You're gonna die in a few years.
I would actually assume that at this point it's been at least a year. I mean, how long it took to get anywhere back then, and they were
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
from Rome to wherever the hell Zachabar was. Like,
Yeah. And then, like, he's gonna get to heaven at the end, and his wife's gonna be like, "The hell was that?"
Honey, you always told me to move on. I did not. Damn it.
I never said that.
You know what? It's ancient Rome, and I'm a man. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Like,
Fair
listen,
enough.
I'm the coolest guy around. Ladies be loving. Cool Maximus.
Very
LL
good.
Cool M.
L is also like a Roman numeral, as is M.
Yeah.
So.
It's just number. They just love numbers.
They love numbers. They love counting.
Commodus catches Lucius playing Gladiator. That's when he calls himself, I'm Maximus, the savior of Rome. And Commodus is like, the savior of Rome?
Yeah.
Savior from what, brother?
Yeah.
This kid's got no tact.
He cannot read a room at all.
It's like, oh, what's to save Rome from?
Yeah.
Commodus sits with his arm around Lucius, and Lucilla comes in. As he cryptically tells her, he's like, I know everything, and I'll kill your son if you don't tell me what's going on.
This is a good scene.
It really is.
Real
It's scary
spooky
as
stuff.
fuck, because she's
Yeah.
like, I know exactly what he's telling me.
Yeah.
I like, what's great is he's sparing the child.
Well, to a point, because then after a while, the kid's like, uncle? And he's like, yeah, I'm talking about you, brother. Like, I'm gonna kill you.
Uncle, your grip's getting a little tight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff, though.
Yeah. We then see Commodus men start going in, and they're dropping off these, like, deadly snakes into the senators' homes. That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
The Emperor's men come into the Gladiator area. All the gladiators fight as Maximus makes a break for it. Proximo gets killed, and what does he say as he dies? Something about sawdust or something like that?
Dust.
I forgot.
Dust in the wind. He quotes
Yep.
Kansas.
Yeah.
All we are is dust in the wind, and he gets stabbed.
He gets stabbed to death. Yep, that's a classic Roman song.
Cicero gets absolutely fucked up because he gets hanged and shot with a bow and arrow as Maximus is like, oh, fuck, I'm gone.
Yeah, Maximus, a lot of people die for Maximus.
Yes.
Well, they're trying to free Rome. It's like, it's
Yeah.
not that they're dying for Maximus. They're dying for the
I
freedom of
agree.
Rome.
Right, right.
And those dudes
Um,
do pretty good. They come back later, and there's like most of them are okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They ended up
Yeah.
killing like 100 fucking Roman guards or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, here, I guess this is a question. Why capture him? and put him in the Colosseum and like kill him in front of everybody. Is that just like a Commodus being like a fucking petulant child? Like, oh, this is your hero, I'll fucking kill him. How's that?
I think it's like Commodus needs the people of Rome to see that he beat him in a fair fight.
Yeah.
That he didn't do it sneakily behind doors. He faced his enemy, head on and defeated him in fair battle. Even though he, obviously doesn't.
Right. That's his demise, which is great. Delicious.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the whole, because he knows if he kills him here, and it's just, oh, Maximus is dead under suspicious circumstances, the people revolt.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm also thinking, like, as a character, his whole thing is like, I was never loved. And he craves love even from the Roman people. He wants them to love him. So I think he thinks, if I kill the one you love, I absorb all the love you had for them.
It's the transitive property of love.
Yeah. Yeah. So like that's what I'm thinking. Like he's like, oh, they'll love me. But like that's the cool thing about this villain is like he's so hateable and he's just never gonna be good enough.
Right.
That's it. That's just it. You'll never be good enough.
Because he's still a prick. Like, he wants to be loved, but he won't do the right thing.
Right.
He just won't be a good guy.
Right.
I would do anything for love, but I won't be a nice person.
Nice.
It's like, all right, Commodus.
Have you tried not being like a murderous, sneaky person? Maybe
just like a snake in the grass.
It's like, it's so weird. I keep murdering all these people in secret, and no one seems to like me. Like,
yeah. And like I'm like forcing people to do things they don't want, but like nobody loves. Like, what's going on?
What does a fella got to do around here?
Yeah, what are the people on freedom? What is this?
How many secret murders does God need to do?
Yeah, come on. What's going on here?
Commodus tells Lucilla and Lucius that he's going to spare them, and he's like, but Lucius, you're going to stay with me, and Lucilla, you're going to give me a son. That's an insane thing to say, but okay.
He says of pure blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Potter.
Yeah. She's like, who? He's like, sorry, I got the accent,
There was a Harry Potter marathon on last night. I just got stuck on watching it.
Marathon of the one movie that came out at this point.
At the Colosseum, the crowd is chanting for Maximus, and he's all strung up. The Commodus tells Maximus it's going to be them in the arena, 1v1, and he stabs him in the back, and it looks like with like a poison or something, and he's like, all right, conceal the wound, put his armor on him.
Yeah, that's good
Pure
stuff.
evil, and it's awesome.
It's the thing later that he pulls out to try. It's like whatever little stabby thing he has in his sheath in his gauntlet.
Yeah, but I really like how, again, he'll never be good enough, because even with that, Maximus fucking trounces him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
Maximus is like half in the afterlife. And he's
his
like,
hands on the grass.
Oh, I can see my son.
Yeah.
He's just running on fumes and instinct at that point.
Yeah.
No thoughts in his head. It's all muscle memory.
He's like Spider-Man when he's Doctor Strange has got his soul out of him and his body's still has a spider sense.
Not even looking at him, his whole body, just his arm is moving at that point.
It's like Keanu Reeves at the end of The Matrix.
He like cuts him on the leg, and then so now he's limping too, but he's still just like fucking him up. And then he knocks the sword out, and that's when the genital is like, no swords, don't give him no swords over here, we don't like them.
Yeah, I like where this is going. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I really hope he wins, because if he doesn't, Commodus is gonna have me killed for that. So go Maximus.
Maximus stabs Commodus in the throat. Commodus dies. Maximus tells Quintus to free his men and reinstate Gracchus. Rome is to be left to the Senate. Maximus then also dies, being reunited with his family in the afterlife, and we'd see Juba, I think the guy's name was, bury Maximus figurines, and credits.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Very fitting ending.
Beautiful. I had written down a question, and it was, which came out first? Pirates of the Caribbean or this? Because the scores are very similar.
They are. And it's this.
No.
Well,
it is this.
Both. Hans Zimmer didn't do the first Pirates of the Caribbean. but like his understudy did it, and he came up with the main Pirates theme, Hans Zimmer, and Hans Zimmer did the score for Gladiator, so that makes sense.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That does make sense.
And then Hans Zimmer did do Pirates like 2 and 3, I think.
Okay. Great scores, both of them.
Yeah.
This is a very good movie.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Should we go to Letterboxd?
I think we should.
Oh, and you can follow us on Letterboxd at TheRoydsBand. All right, I am now on Gladiator on Letterboxd. I think this is a really good movie. Few things I don't like. I don't need all the slow-mo. I don't think it adds to it. I don't think we need any of the romance stuff between Maximus and Lucilla. I don't think that.
Yeah.
I agree.
They hint at it early on, and then it comes back briefly, but we don't need it because it doesn't matter. Their relationship does not matter. It can just be Lucilla wants to stand up for Rome.
Right. I think if anything, it takes away from like him and his wife. You know, like the whole thing is like, my whole life is over because my wife and child are dead, and then you're smooching on another lady, like it kind of takes away from it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like it was probably just sort of like studio pandering towards audience. They're just like, you gotta have a love story.
Yeah, you
just
need
have
a
them kiss
smooch.
at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's unfortunate.
I also think that Commodus is evil enough. I don't need all that incest.
I mean, I get the pure bloodline thing.
I totally get that, but then you know what? I'd rather almost have him drop that towards the end and just drop that line instead of we getting scenes of him being like, "Let's fuck, sis."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, sister, can you get the laundry out of the dryer? Here we go.
I do think that the other reason they have that smooch is that scene is immediately after Commodus is like creepily sticking his fingers in her mouth, and she obviously is not liking those advances, and then she immediately goes and kisses Maximus, which is just another like, I'm gonna give to Maximus what Commodore wants from me. You know, it's another example of Maximus getting something that Commodore wants, basically.
Yeah. I would go 4.5.
Yeah.
All right,
I'd
I'll go
agree.
4.5.
I don't
What
think
were you
the
gonna do?
I was gonna say 4. That's why I'm like, all right, I'll go 4.5.
I don't enjoy the slow motion bits, but like it really doesn't. It's like 2 shots, and like it's not really detracting from the movie.
I just think some of them are unnecessary. It was like, I didn't mind it during the battles, but then we would just get like scenes of them doing nothing, and it would just go to slow motion for a second. It's like, I don't care. But why is this slow motion? He's taking a piss.
It's, oh.
He lets out a fart at the urinal.
Slow-mo farts, brother.
4.5 stars on Letterboxd. Check us out, TheRoydsBand.
Who puts the glad in Gladiator? Maximus. Yeah.
I like it. I have 5 trivias.
I have 2.
Holy
None.
shit.
I have none.
Altogether, that is 7.
Very good. Very
Thank
math.
5 plus 2 plus 0.
Very
Yep.
good.
Yep.
In the first battle we see at the Colosseum, which battle are they reenacting? The Battle of Pharsalus, the Battle of Arbo, the Battle of Thapsus, or the Battle of Carthage?
Andy.
Andy.
Carthage.
It is the Battle of Carthage, yes.
Yeah.
What is Maximus' middle name? Delamar, Davidus, Decimus, Decadus?
Andy.
Andy.
Decimus.
It is Decimus, yes.
Yeah, because he goes, I am Maximus Decimus Mount Vesuvius. Who was offered the role of Maximus? Tom Hanks, Mel Gibson, Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Vin Diesel?
Rob.
Mark.
That's Rob first.
Gibby.
Yeah, was Mel
Yeah.
Gibson.
Seems like it.
I knew that one.
They really wanted Australian for the role.
Mhm.
Good.
Yep. How long was Tigris of Gaul retired before coming back to fight Maximus? 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or 6 years?
Andy.
Mark.
Andy.
6 years.
It's not 6 years.
Damn.
Mark.
4 years.
It is not 4 years.
Andy.
Andy.
5 years.
It is 5 years.
God.
Very good.
You thought you missed it, but it came back.
I mean, I certainly didn't miss it.
Oh. Who was Ridley Scott's first choice to play Commodus? Or, as my phone autocorrected, Commodes? Was it Armie Hammer, John Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio, or Joaquin Phoenix himself?
Mark.
Mark.
I'll guess Leo.
It was not Leo.
Rob.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp.
No.
Mark.
Mark.
It's Joaquin himself.
It was Joaquin the whole time.
Wow.
Trick question.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a Commodus. I'm a real sneaky snake.
Joaquin all along.
Yep. The new coming to Disney Plus.
Yep. And it'll be just as boring. What is the name of the soldier that Maximus meets outside the Colosseum and provides Maximus with information? Cicero, Quintus, Bigeth Dicketh, Serpentico.
Mark. Cicero?
It is Cicero.
Bigeth Dicketh is pretty good, though.
Yeah, well, that's from Monty Python.
Oh,
and,
nice.
Life of Brian. Which soldier tried Maximus's food to test if it was poisoned? Was it Kegel, Hagen, Fagin, or Daigle?
Andy. Hagen?
It was Hagen, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it
big
wasn't
dude.
Kegel.
No.
It also wasn't Donald Fagen from Steely Dan.
No.
Or Daigle.
That was a different scene.
Yeah. You know what I did?
You write a song, Robbie?
I wrote a song.
I also wrote a song.
That's nuts. You know what I have?
Is it a pick?
It's a pick to flip.
I am one step ahead of Robbie.
You are. Yo, Andy.
Yeah.
You have to call this in the air.
Okay. Heads.
I have to move it where I can see it.
It broke.
It's tails, brother.
Yeah.
It's tails, brother. What kind of song you got, Andy?
I got a weird kind of like, I went for like I wrote it about Commodus, so it's like got a regal thing, but also like a little off kilter because he's crazy. Like he kind of descends into madness. So it's weird. It's a weird song.
Love it.
All right, I'll let you
got?
go first. I'm
Okay.
interested, so I'm going to let you go first.
All right, my song is called Love Me.
Say
And-
that you love me.
No, Robbie. That's not it. But
It's not called Love Fool.
no. I lost my voice again. I have an ENT appointment because this can't keep fucking happening, right? Like,
I mean, I
not
guess
normal.
it can keep happening.
It is. It is.
Yeah, well, that's the
currently.
problem. That's the problem.
Yeah. But yeah, I couldn't sing it. So I asked my lovely wife if she would sing it, and she did.
Nice.
And it's called Love Me. And it goes a little something like this.
Which
song called "Love Me."
That was very regal.
I really
Thank
like
you.
that. I like
That's
there was a
really
lot of
cool.
really cool like moments of tension and
Yes.
like musically, and it resolved in very unexpected ways. So that was
Thank you.
really cool. And funny enough, it kind of reminded me of MacArthur Park.
It did, yeah.
So that's another layer of like Richard Harris.
Yeah,
That's
especially that
great.
piano at the beginning. Yeah, the
Yeah,
piano part of it.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
awesome. But I really liked it. It was like MacArthur Park, but like a little bit like Supertramp or something.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. I was thinking, what the fuck kind of song do I write for this movie? Because it's like badass in a very like early 2000s way, like
Hmm.
people lopping people's heads off and shit. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not what this movie's about,
No,
you
no.
know?
it
So
is.
like
That's
I
well, those are
love
I think that's the frills. That's the extra
yeah,
bit.
yeah. It's the you like this shit, but like check this out. And I again I really liked Joaquin Penis.
Yeah.
So I based it all on that one scene. And so like I said, I watched that scene over and over again, and I was just like, that's a lot of the lyrics are kind of just like the dialogue from that scene, because I'm like, damn, can't beat that. So like, uh, yeah, I I figured I was thinking, what I was thinking was, you ever see Hamilton? When the king comes out and he's all like, he's got like the best song there. He's just like belting out some bullshit. Like,
I have not seen Hamilton.
Me neither.
oh, okay. Well, the king comes out and he's what's his name? The guy from Mindhunter. Nothing. All right.
William
Sorry.
Shatner.
Huh?
William Shatner.
That's him.
Brian Cox.
That's it. Nah, anyway, he's really good. And it just I don't know. That was the inspiration, even though it doesn't really sound like that at all, but that was the inspiration. And
No, I thought it was great, and I thought your wife did a great job.
thank you. Thank you.
She
I'll
sounded
tell her.
lovely.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking maybe throw some harmonies on there. I'll see what happens. But
Sure.
yeah, that's my song, and it's about Joaquin Penis. Robbie, your song, man. Tell
My
us.
my song's about what this movie's really about, and it's about killing people and violence
Okay.
and bloodshed. Um,
Okay.
it's called The Gladiator. Really clever name for this movie, I know.
Yeah.
I know. And
Okay.
you might how do you come up with that one? And yeah, I really hang on the G minor here for most of the song. And it's called
Ooh.
The Gladiator.
As Gladiator G.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
There you go.
And they offer him up some minors,
He's
so
minor because he's
That's
sad,
true.
or
yeah,
because of
exactly.
what you said,
Yeah.
I
And
guess.
it's
Yeah.
kind of like rap rockish.
Just it's Russell Crowe's favorite type
Yeah.
of music,
Exactly.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
goes like
famously.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's called The Gladiator, and it goes like this. Bought an ancient Rome to make money as a fighter going to the Colosseum, cause he's gotta face a tiger, he won't get no money. I'm not talking about Detroit, he'll slit your throat and your sister's looking toy. He's fighting to the death, the very last breath. They slaughtered his wife and he's fighting for his life. He lost his child, the senator's a pedophile, and he's got the whole arena going wild. Yeah, he's a gladiator. He's fighting. He's a gladiator. Breaking necks, he's having sex. The working girls are lining up to be next. He's got armor with an equine design. All the kids on stuff for him to sign. To the emperor, he's just a bastard. To adoring fans, he is the Spaniard. He shows mercy and he turns away. He won't give in to politicians' way. Yeah, he's a gladiator. Fighting for his life. The gladiator.
all soured on the man of the hour, cause he's gone drunk with power. Up in his ivory tower, he's unruly and he's dour, and he wants his sister's flower. He'll scour to devour all of his disavours. His sister has betrayed him, but he can't live without her. Gladiator General, Dwight D. Eisenhower. He does it all for Rome, which is now finally ours. Yeah, he's a gladiator, fighting for his life. The gladiator.
That was my song called The Gladiator.
I like that chorus.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It had like I'm like Eye of the Tiger vibes, you know, that driving bass line.
Yeah.
Well, makes sense. Gladiator.
I like the piano thing you were doing in the verse. That bloom, 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 bloom. I like that.
That was literally, I was doing, it was G minor and D minor, but when I was doing the D minor, I was keeping the G minor bass on it. Yeah, the G minor root. So, yeah, it gave it a little funky feel to it. And then on the guitar, I literally just hung on the G. Just doing a power chord, just jug, 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 jug on the D during the verses.
Yeah, it's solid. Is that a tight?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, not really much to say about it though. You know, it's just about Gladiator fucking shit up and getting it wet.
Nice.
You know what?
Getting-
you know,
getting
it's what
wet.
this movie's about.
Getting what wet, Robbie?
It's pee-pee.
His
Oh my
sword.
God, he made peepees.
Yeah.
Oh, Robbie, what are we doing next week?
Oh, that's an excellent question. Next week, we're getting ready for Thanksgiving because we're doing planes, trains, and motormobiles.
Are we also doing a hot and fresh for Gladiator 2?
We will be dropping a hot and fresh for Gladiator 2 at some point this week.
Wow. Let me ask you guys a question. 'Cause
Okay.
I looked up I didn't watch the trailer, but I looked up the synopsis,
Mm-hmm.
and it's what's her name's son is the new Gladiator.
Yeah.
The Lucius.
Yeah.
That's when I was watching the movie. I was wondering that, and I was like, I bet it's this kid, and it's some other actor.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
a different actor.
Yeah.
But I'm just more excited for Denzel. Denzel never disappoints, you know.
Yeah. And two members of the Fantastic Four.
Oh,
Who's that?
Pedro Pascal.
Oh,
and,
yeah, he's in it. Yeah,
Joseph Quinn.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken.
I'll see it for this podcast, but I don't think it looks very good.
I think they have their abilities from Fantastic Four in the movie.
Oh my God,
Oh,
now I'm interested.
That's cool. He's fighting Flame On or whatever role he's playing. I just assumed it was going to be.
It is.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, hell yeah. Well, yeah, I don't. Honestly, when I read it, I was like, this is just the plot of the first Gladiator.
Yeah.
It's just Lucius.
Yeah, exactly.
What's funny is Ridley Scott kind of also has a habit of doing that. Like Prometheus is a lot like Alien, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's basically
I don't
just
know.
a remake of Alien. So
Yeah. And also, Ridley Scott is 86 years old.
yeah.
Yeah.
Brother.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's old.
That
at least he's
is-
actually doing things. Have you seen those videos of Frankie Valli recently?
Yeah, that's
No.
spooky. He's like a robot.
It's sad.
Dude, it
Oh.
is something. But you know what? I was just like, okay, he's lip syncing. But then he started talking in the middle of a song. And I was like, is he not fucking lip syncing? What's
He's
going on here?
Definitely lip syncing.
I don't know. It's fucking bizarre.
The talking has to be like planned.
I don't know. Well, then, but like his mouth was actually moving. And like,
Yeah,
also
but
like, and
it-
he like flubbed a note and like it was there. And I was like, huh. what's
I don't
going on
know.
here? I
Maybe.
swore it was a fucking robot because he's not
how
blinking.
many fingers does he have?
It could be AI.
Is
you
he
know?
eating
Never know.
spaghetti at any point? Maybe. Like-
Unfortunately not.
But,
It was weird
yeah,
when he started drinking a glass of water while he was singing.
yeah, that was weird. But yeah, Hot and Fresh, and also Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. One of my favorite movies of all time.
I've never seen the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, do you have
input, right?
anything you'd like to? Yeah. Mark, you have anything you'd like to promote?
Nah, not doing nothing right now.
Okay.
Just having fun with you guys on the podcast.
Oh,
We are having fun.
It's a pleasure every time, Mark. Thank you so much for joining.
Of course.
It's a
thank you so much
pleasure
for
that I
having me.
treasure.
You treasure it. Save it in that treasure bank.
Exactly.
All right. Well, the music and the socials.
Yeah, we got to do all that.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Andy.
you go to Spotify.
Yeah.
You go to Apple Music. You go to Deezer, wherever you get your music. Really.
Knife Jam.
Knife Jam. You type in the Royds, and you'll find a whole bunch of songs. We got a bunch of collections. We got some other stuff. But if you want everything, including bonus songs, guest songs, Mark has written several songs. Check those out. They're all on the Bandcamp. So theroyds.bandcamp.com. And also check out the YouTube. We have all the songs uploaded there as well.
We do. We absolutely
Robbie.
do.
The sociales.
You go to Instagram. You go to TikTok. You go to YouTube. You type in the Royds Band. There we are. You can see our smiling faces. You can see all our posts. Find out if we got any upcoming shows. And
MySpace. I did the thing you do, but
that's good. But
Yeah.
you just said MySpace.
yeah,
That's been. Do people use MySpace?
I don't know.
Oh. If you use MySpace, you can send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. Let us know how often you're on MySpace, how you're changing your page around, putting songs up for all your friends to hear. And I think that's it. Give us a 5-star review wherever you're listening to us. You can listen to us on the YouTube. Comment. If you suggest a movie on any platform, we will do that movie. So comment on Instagram, send us a DM, send us an email, suggest a movie, leave a comment on Spotify, which you could do now. And yeah, we'll do that movie, brothers.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, next week, planes, trains, and motormobiles. Mark, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks again for having me, guys.
Bye, everybody.
All right, we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.